प्रोग्राम लाइव है सर.
Then start.
Hello everyone. Good morning, namaskar, adab, salam, sat sri akal. The Bharat Scouts and Guides National Adventure Institute welcomes you to the 13th episode of Adventure Fest. I am your host Devashish along with my co-host Jayalakshmi. Good morning Jayalakshmi. Over to you.
Good morning, myself Jayalakshmi, and once again I welcome you all to this Adventure Fest episode 13.
So let's quickly start our day by having an opening remark from our dearest Assistant Director of National Adventure Institute, Mr. Smriti Saurabh Roy. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Namaskar. Very good morning. It's my indeed honor to welcome you all at the 13th episode of Adventure Fest, an initiative of the Bharat Scouts and Guides to connect adventure lovers virtually during this pandemic period. I specially welcome Brigadier Ashok Abbe, President, Indian Mountaineering Foundation, as chief guest of Digital Adda. I am confident that your presence will encourage the youth as well as the organizers. I also welcome Mr. Rohit Ashobisha, Director, National Adventure Foundation, Rajasthan chapter, as guest in the segment Aaj Ka Adventure. I welcome Mr. Rajkumar Kaushik, Director, Bharat Scouts and Guides, Mr. Krishna Shamiyar, Executive Director, Mr. Amar B. Chetri, Joint Director in charge, Madam Darshana Pavaskar, Joint Director Support Service, and all Deputy Directors in this program. I also welcome all the participants and viewers. Let me say few words about Scouting and National Adventure Institute for our today's guest. Sir, Scouting Guiding is globally recognized youth movement to impart non-formal education to the young people. In India, the Bharat Scouts and Guides is the only affiliated by World Organization of Scout Movement WOSOM and World Association of Girl Scouts and Girl Guides WAGs, with a membership of 58 lakhs throughout the country, having its existence in all states, union territories, railways, educational institutions like Kendriya Vidyalaya, Navodaya Vidyalaya, Central Tibetan School, etc. National headquarters situated at New Delhi, regional headquarters at Guwahati, Kolkata, Bangalore, Haryana, and National Training Center and National Adventure Institute of Bharat Scouts and Guides at Pachmari, Madhya Pradesh. National Adventure Institute was established in the campus of National Training Center Pachmari in the year 1993 with an object to inculcate the spirit of adventure among youth and also to provide opportunities for adventure to the youth of our country. More than 400 national adventure program and 22 international adventure program and many special adventure program as per the need have been conducted where more than 1 lakh youth have successfully participated. Students from Kendriya Vidyalaya, Navodaya Vidyalaya, Sainik School, Army schools, private and government schools are deputed every year and also from different unit of Bharat Scouts and Guides regularly participated in this program. Rockcraft, trekking, night hike, encounter obstacles, horse riding, archery, air rifle shooting, water activities, survival skills, scouting are main activities. The primary objective is to provide first-hand experience of adventure and camping in a well-equipped campus. As it is a purely non-formal education program, ample learning opportunity are created to be with nature, enhance endurance level and confidence level of a participants with an expectation to physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual development. We are expected to start our regular adventure program very shortly. With this word, once again, I welcome you all. Let's enjoy the program. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, sir. You gave a wonderful start for this program. And now, as Scouts and Guides are adventure lovers, let's see some of the memorable glimpses of National Adventure Institute, Pachmari.
Amazing, amazing, and really amazing. Our memories of National Adventure Institute Pachmadi just got completely refreshed. Moving further, now it's time for Digital Adda. In Digital Adda today, we have our guest, Honorable Brigadier Ashok Abhi, President of Indian Mountaineering Foundation. Brigadier Ashok Abhi has also served as Chief Instructor in High Altitude Warfare School as well as the principal of Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. He has been awarded with Ati Vishisht Seva Medal by the Indian Army and the prestigious Tenzing Norgay Lifetime Achievement Award for his contribution in the field of mountaineering. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the Adventure Fest.
Sir, please unmute yourself.
Thank you, Dipshish, and very happy to be here.
Thank you so much, sir. Further, we will have some short glimpse of the life journey of Brigadier Ashok Abhi.
Wow, it is such an amazing and inspiring journey. Sir, we would like to ask some questions to you, sir. And our first question is, sir, we will like to know about your school days and your various achievements.
Well, at the outset, let me just begin by saying that it's a great pleasure to be here on this lovely morning with the National Adventure Institute. And this is your 13th Adventure Fest, as I can make out. To thank Mr. Ray, and of course, the host, Jay Lakshmi and Devashish, a very warm welcome. Well, the glimpses that you saw, I'm sorry I couldn't actually share the real photographs, but it's kind of you to actually show what you just shown. So thank you very much for being here. All the more reason because the Indian Mountaineering Foundation is the national apex body for mountaineering. And as we say, that mountaineering is the mother of all adventure activities. The oldest recognized activity, which started off in the 18th century and continues unabated till date. So absolutely delightful to be here. I also must compliment you on the pains that you have taken to put this digital forum across in these times. The very fact that you are conducting this program in this challenging time shows your zeal, your commitment, and your ability to deliver once you have decided to do so. So my compliments firstly to all of you and the organizers. About my education in school, I studied in Delhi at the modern school, which is in Barakhamba Road, in the heart of the national capital. And we were fortunate that our school, which is one of the best public schools of the country, gave us a lot of opportunities to go out. Despite being in the heart of Delhi, when I look back, it is the encouragement of our teachers, our seniors especially, and those of us whom we actually followed being our peers as well. So while in school, a lot of us did the adventure course at NIM Uttarkashi. We were exposed to, rock climbing, what you've just shown in and around Delhi, especially in the areas around Tughlakabad and a place called Dhauj, which still has a lot of natural rocks. And so this is where really the adventure started from. And in fact, I must share with you that even if we were 4 or 5 of us, the school encouraged us, to actually go spend the day. They used to give us transport. They used to give us all the wherewithal what we needed, all the encouragement and guidance, most importantly, from our seniors to go and experiment ourselves. So while we were conducting ourselves on the rocks in Dodge, and as youngsters, very often, we would slip, we would have cuts, bruises, but that never really deterred us from not going ahead anymore. So I would say that to a great extent, the love for adventure was born when we were in school. Of course, I was not very fortunate to be a part of Bharat Scouts and Guides. And looking back, I do wish that, one had had this opportunity also. I was, a cadet in the junior division of the NCC for some time. But then as I see it, the Bharat Scouts and Guides is something very, very unique. And because the age at which you are actually, training the youth and getting into the young minds is something very, very important. It's a very impressionable age. And in this impressionable age, once the die is cast, it is actually there for life to stay. So, of course, while I was not fortunate to be a part of Bharat Scouts and Guides, but at the same time, I must share with you that, one imbibed this culture, this aspect of adventure, and that love for adventure, especially for the mountains and the Himalaya, continues unabated till day. I must also thank my parent organization, the Indian Army, which gave me a lot of opportunities to pursue my passion. As they say, you're a lucky man if you can actually combine your passion and profession. And it's thanks to the great Indian Army, of which it was an honor for me to be a part of, that one could really, pursue his passion. The Army has given me the ample opportunity, and I started climbing at a very young age. When I was in school, my first expedition was in the year 1979, when I was still in school, to a mountain called Kola High in J&K. And of course, subsequently, when I came to college and I joined the Army, I got this ample opportunity to serve in such areas, serve with the hill troops who inspired us even more. And thereafter, I have been climbing regularly for the past 40 years, actually more, 4 decades. So it is the love which was sowed in as an adolescent, as a young boy, nurtured over the years, and thanks to the Army that, one has been able to climb, in the Himalayas, in the great Karakoram, and all the adjoining mountain ranges. So it's been a fantastic journey. And like I said, mountains, to my mind, are the ultimate playground where you, as a student, as a person, as a human being, discover yourself, nature, and the environment. Thank you for asking me this question.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful words. And we would surely expect you to be in Bharat Scouts and Guides. And here come our second question. Indian Mountaineering Foundation is one of the greatest institutes of our country. We would request you to tell about it, sir.
Okay, the Indian Mountaineering Foundation is the apex national body for mountaineering, trekking, and sport climbing and allied adventure activities. This is a national body which was conceived in the 50s after the British went. In fact, this was first called as the Sponsoring Expedition, a sponsoring committee for the Choyu expedition, the first 8,000-meter mountain to be climbed by a young independent India in 1958. And thereafter, in the 60s, it was christened as the Indian Mountaineering Foundation. So today, as you're aware that, India is, as a country, has mountains on its northern borders. Almost 73% of the Himalayan range is part of our great country. And this is actually truly the head, which you can say, which crowns India, right from the Union Territory of Ladakh to Arunachal Pradesh. So mountaineering is the prime focus, and this is the core activity of the foundation. Along with mountaineering, we also conduct other activities like trekking, like sport climbing, and all allied activities which complement mountaineering. So Indian Mountaineering Foundation over the years has brought a lot of laurels to the country. The famous 1965 Indian Everest expedition, it set a world record when the mountain was climbed in 1965, led by an expedition by Captain M.S. Kohli. And subsequently in 1984, again, the Indian Mountaineering Foundation brought laurels to the country when they put Bachendri Pal, the first lady from India to climb Everest and the fifth in the world. So when you look back, some of these mountains were not as easy as they seem to be today. Those were challenging times. So the Mountaineering Foundation has contributed a lot towards mountaineering. But the real contribution of IMF is not only towards mountaineering, it is towards the overall national character building, overall nation building. Because when you go to the mountains, you are exposed to the elements of nature. It brings out the best of teamwork, your environmental concerns, your building of skills. And over the years, the Indian Mountaineering Foundation has conducted expeditions, not only with Indians and young Indians, but also with joint expeditions with foreign countries. So therefore, it's brought laurels to the country in the field of mountaineering. And even today, the foundation is there to guide, assist, train, and make sure that India continues to be the lead nation as far as mountaineering is concerned, to initiate more youth into mountaineering, and through mountaineering, contribute its bit towards nation building. So the Mountaineering Foundation is there, right in the heart of Delhi. It continues, and the original purpose for which it was created, and much more, the foundation is right there. In fact, this foundation was dedicated to the youth of adventure of India when the formal building of the Indian Mountaineering Foundation was inaugurated by the Prime Minister of India. And it's come a long way. It's come a long way. So the IMF encourages you, it gives you equipment, it gives you guidance, it gives you sanctions, it gives you permission, it tells you how you must go about it, how you must climb with safety. And in case of any problem, it also tells you that what needs to be done. So it is a guiding beacon as far as adventure sports is concerned. And like I said, mountaineering is the mother of all adventure activities. And the activities that I just saw you doing, for example, you were doing rock climbing, you're camping, you were actually doing trekking. So these are all fallouts of mountaineering. So I hope I've answered your question, Jayalakshmi.
Definitely, sir. That was really great. Our next question to you is: the Bharat Scouts and Guides is one of the largest youth movement in our country. So how our youth can be beneficial in the field of adventure and in other fields as well?
Sorry, can you just repeat your question?
Sir, as the Bharat Scouts and Guides is one of the largest youth movement in our country, so how can our youth be beneficial in the field of adventure and in other fields as well?
Okay, firstly, let me just say that as I see it and what I've heard and seen in your presentation, the Bharat Scouts and Guides is giving yeoman service to our country. जो आप लोग इस देश के लिए काम कर रहे हैं is unmatched, And I was seeing your record, 400 camps you've conducted, 22 international camps, over 1 lakh people you have actually trained. And so it is something absolutely amazing. और जो सबसे ज्यादा जो आपका जो कंट्रीब्यूशन मेरे हिसाब से जरूरी है कि यू आर रीचिंग आउट टू इम्प्रेशनेबल यंग माइंड्स. और ये जो हमारे आज के जो बच्चे हैं और जो यंग माइंड है, आगे चल करके इन्होंने हमारे देश को चलाना है. दे आर द फ्यूचर. सो आई थिंक यू आर ऑल डूइंग अ फैंटास्टिक जॉब. You are promoting adventure in its right form. And what is most important than actually promoting adventure is that you are sowing the seeds of adventure. And anyone who at this young age is going through a test of your camping and the activities, what I just saw, is bound to influence his lifestyle, his attitude, and his values in life. So these are very, very important issues for a country like India. And I think the way you are going about it, promoting adventure, and the way you've gone about it actually, impressing the young minds is absolutely something fantastic. So as I see it, I'm sure it's a question of time before, this figure of 1 lakh becomes 1,50,000 and then it becomes 2 lakhs. Similarly, the number of camps. And not only that, you have organized international camps where I'm sure people who've come from outside have got a glimpse as to what this country is all about. And our young scouts and guides would have made friends with people outside. The Indian culture would have also gone abroad. So it is a two-way traffic. And I think there is a tremendous scope for the Bharat Scouts and Guides to continue this activity of yours. That is, continuing adventure. And as I see it, you have a very, very key and a pivotal role to play as far as promotion of adventure sports is concerned and influencing, young minds. What I'm also very happy to see is that, yours is an informal way of instruction. It's informal learning. This is very important because everything cannot be learned in a classroom. Everything cannot be learned in a school. So you actually have to come out. You have to rub shoulders with Mother Nature to really see as to what can be done. And the other thing that I would like to compliment, again, the entire organization is that your safety record, in spite of doing all these activities, as I see it, you have conducted all these activities with full safety and you've taken care of risks. Again, this speaks volumes of your leadership, of the caliber of your instructors who are imparting training. So my compliments to you all the way for this.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you.
Further, we will like to ask you that taking adventure sports as career for youth is how much lucrative in the present scenario?
Well, I must share with you that, India is a great country. We are a country which has everything from the highest mountain to the seashores, to the deserts, to the jungles, to the Deccan Plateau, to our, very, very interesting coastline. We have lakes, we have waterways, we have the air dimension with us. So adventure is actually embedded in every part of our country. It is physically present. What needs to be done is it needs to be exploited. Over the years, as I have seen and what I have actually observed is that the scope for conducting adventure activities has grown manyfold, manyfold. Today, people from all over the world want to come and climb in India because of the mountains. Like I said, we have 73% of the Himalayan range. But not only that, they actually also want to come and trek in the Himalaya because everyone cannot come and climb. They want to come and do rock climbing because we have some of the finest, granite rocks and the rocks for climbing, the big wall rocks. So there is a tremendous scope. And leaving aside mountaineering, even the other fields, for example, your camping, for example, your river rafting, your kayaking, your canoeing, okay, your the aerial dimension. So everything is there. So our country has a lot of scope. Today, there is an awakening in this. You have a lot of agencies. You have a lot of government bodies. You have the Government of India Ministry of Youth, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. You have the Ministry of Tourism, which are forever looking at encouraging, young Indians to come into adventure. So as I see it, it has a very bright future, both in terms of learning and in terms of imparting, and subsequently also in terms of earning a living and becoming a professional. But like it goes with all other professions, you have to be good. आपको इसमें माहिरता हासिल करनी है, and only then will you be able to really come up to your potential, where your skills would be seen and you would be there to imbibe this training. So as I see it, the career in the adventure sports, adventure activities has a lot of scope, and those of you who wish to go into this line have to learn the skills and get on to it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words. Sir, we have viewers from all over the country and maybe from abroad too. So we would like to request you to give a message for our members of Scouting family as well as for our youth.
Well, I have a very simple message. The first thing is that please continue what you're doing. You are doing a fantastic job. Your WASM and WAGs, what was brought out by Ray Saab, was absolutely, it's a fantastic, you have a global reach through these organizations. So my first message to you is that please continue what you are doing, continue initiating a youth into adventure. Also, at the same time, make them aware about the environmental concerns. It's very important for us to save our mountains, to save our environment, to save our rivers, to make sure that the environmental concerns are looked after. So please continue what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job. It's a fantastic job, and continue with it. The other thing that I wish to tell you is that you must experiment. It is good to continue to do what you're doing in the National Adventure Institute at Pachmari, but also, for example, give an exposure to some of your students up in the mountains. Take them for a trek in the Himalaya, make them do a small ski course which will complement this activity. Also take them to the Himalaya for a little bit of rock climbing and such activities. It is very important for that boy who comes to you for training to know that there is a world outside his school, there is a world outside his campus, and if you really want to understand human values, well, adventure is the way to do it. It is like, me, when I sit with a school friend and we are sitting in a school, I think he's my best friend. But actually, the true human qualities come out when you put yourself and you pitch yourself in the outdoor environment, okay? And you are tired, you are hungry, you are trekking, and you will know exactly how good your friend is. That character will come out. So it is something for you to discover. So I would strongly recommend that, all of you should take on adventure. Adventure is, it's a life-changing experience. And those of you who discover yourself in this field are likely to never to look back. You will not only become good students, good children to your parents, good students of your school, but by taking this adventure and understanding the mechanics from within, you are going to become great citizens of this country. You will carry this message across the borders to humanity. And your good work and that spirit, I'm sure, will be all pervasive. And it is through adventure that you can reach out to mankind, you can reach out to community, you can reach out to your society, and you can become better citizens of our country. So therefore, my advice to you is that please continue with what you're doing, initiate youth, more number of them, and like I said, may your tribe grow from 1,000 to more, and may in your campus you be able to afford everything that you want to give them. But of course, like I said, safety is very, very important. And let them come out with good values, let them come out with good skills, and this is something which will hold them in good stead, not only now, not only sometime later, but throughout their lives. So once again, my compliments to the entire Bharat Scout and Guides Association. The Indian Mountaineering Foundation is there to help you, to assist you, to guide you in every possible way. And before conclude, I would once again like to thank you for having me here, as your chief guest on this 13th Adventure Fest. It's been a privilege to interact, and see all of you, especially Mr. Ray, and all the good work that you are doing. Yours is a pan-India organization, and which is very, very important because, with one stroke, you can reach out to across the country. And like I said, these are all young minds in the future of our country. So you have a very, very important responsibility. And the way I see it is that you are doing it with a lot of aplomb, with a lot of goodwill. And I'm sure this augurs well for us and for our country. So thank you very much. And if there's nothing else, I would like to, wish you all the best for this program that you are having today. Jai Hind.
Sir, wait for a minute, please. Last part. Over to Devashish.
Thank you so much, sir. And you'll be glad to note that Bharat Scouts and Guides regularly organize trekking camps at Himalayas, sea coast, and desert regions also. Moving further, we will have a short view of the Indian Mountaineering Foundation.
It is just a mind-blowing journey. In this occasion, I would like to say one of the words said by Mother Teresa. It is not about how much we give, but how much love we put into it. Sir, we are very thankful for you, your precious time with us, and it is honor for our organization to have you today. And the information and advice shared by you will be always remembered by us. Thank you, sir, for connecting with us. Now I'll welcome the Director of Bharat Scouts and Guides, Rajkumar Kaushik, sir, to thank.
Mr. Kaushik, can I just take 1 minute, please?
Yes, sir.
before you come in? Yeah. You see, something very important I just want to share with you, and sorry if I'm disturbing your sequence of the program. You must know what is a sports activity and what is an adventure activity. when you do trekking, when you are doing actually natural rock climbing, or you're doing mountaineering, this is not, I repeat, this is not a game of cricket or a game of football or a game of basketball or any sport. Okay. This is because there you are tailor making an arena to conduct your activity. Okay. Where it's the rules set by you which define the conduct of that particular sport. But as far as adventure activities are concerned, the playground is Mother Nature. Okay, you cannot have set rules here because Mother Nature will tell you what is to be done, where it is to be done. So this is what you must understand. For example, the sport climbing, what you were actually showing is a sport, because again, that is being done as an activity. It's an activity which is being held under supervision on a man-made structure. But the moment you get this activity, like what you were doing onto your natural rocks in Pachmadi, or when you were doing a trek in the Himalayas, or when you were doing an activity in the deserts, then this becomes an adventure activity. So therefore, it is very important to understand that there is an adventure sport and there is an adventure activity. So you have to see what you want to do and why you want to do it. Because to my mind, there is no there is no greater teacher than Mother Nature itself. And I would just like to, share this quote with you, which I've specially taken out, for this occasion, and to share with you as to what is the importance of nature. I'm sure you would have heard of a gentleman called Kurt Hahn. Now, Kurt Hahn was one of the biggest educationists of the times. And he said, and I quote, "Without the instinct for adventure in young people, nations must wilt and wither." कहने का मतलब ये है कि अगर हमारे जो युवक और युवतियां हैं और जो बच्चे हैं, अगर इनमें साहसिक खेल, एडवेंचर करने की वो भावना नहीं है, वो जोश नहीं है, वो जुनून नहीं है, तो ऐसे देशों का जो आगे जो फ्यूचर है, आगे वाले आने समय के अंदर, तो इतना अच्छा नहीं है. It means that nations will wilt and wither. So I just wanted to share this with you, and thank you once again.
Thank you very much, Brigadier Ashok. Really, I must give my special thanks to Mr. Ray, who has invited you to be the chief guest in this our 13th Adventure Fest. First of all, sir, for your kind information, adventure scouting is an outing in the open air. You know very well, being a brigadier and part of the army, and so scouting is an adventure itself. And definitely, when the scouting is an adventure, we are doing a lot of activities, not only in Himalayas, even in the desert, even in the sea coast areas for our youth. And every year, number of trekkings are organized in Jaisalmer, Bikaner, and in Himalayas, mostly all part of Himalayas. So far, only one thing has left. And not only one thing, I will say two things. One thing is that we want that our member of the Bharat Guide should reach to the Everest. And I assure you that with the help of IMF, definitely we will achieve this target also. And another thing is that the Bharat Guide should also affiliate with the IMF. So far, we have not taken action. Actually, it is a mistake on our part, because IMF is in Delhi. We are also, our headquarters is also in Delhi, even though we are not able to affiliate or meet with people like you. So really, Brigadier Ashok, that I assure you that what you told, definitely Bharat Guide is not only having the adventure activities, as well as now we are planning to start the sports also. For your information, sir, now not only in Pachmadi, we are also having our adventure institute in Palwal district in Gatpuri village, where we are having about 7-acre land, and we are conducting a regular adventure program there. And there also every year about more than 3,000 youth has been trained. But there we don't have the rocks and other things, so we are having the artificial rock and the obstacle. Different obstacles are there for enjoying the adventure by the youth. Other than this, now we have also now going to have the MOU with the HMI Darjeeling. Another than in Korsiang, we are having a training center of our West Bengal State Working Guides. Now we are going to have a MOU with them also, and we are going to hire the whole campsite of Korsiang to start one more adventure institute in Korsiang. And now in Goa also for water activities, we are going to have a MOU with our Goa State Working Guides, and we hope that very soon we will start the water activities also. So the working guide will be really highly appreciate the effort done by IMF in the history of mountaineering in India. And as you told that IMF is a mother of mountaineering. So definitely the director or the principal of the IMF is the father of the mountaineering. So without your consent, no one can do anything. So definitely we will meet you in person, sir. And thank you very much for coming to this adventure fest and motivating our youth in regard to the adventure is concerned. And other than this, just for your kind information, the Bharat is not doing only adventure, but because we are totally dedicated to the community, as we are a part of the community. So during this COVID-19 from March until date, and still the Bharat is doing a lot of work in regard to the ration distribution or the food preparation and food distribution to the people who are held up in some other areas, or they are not able to earn also because of the joblessness. So, and we are also campaigning for the protection of the COVID-19 as hand wash or the social distance maintenance. We are helping the local administration also. And the lakhs of our members, not only 1,000, I'm talking lakhs of our members all over India, they are giving their services during this COVID-19. So once again, thank you very much, Brigadier Ashok, for coming to our adventure fair. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And a great thanks to Brigadier Ashok Abhiji. It was really an honor to have you with us. Thanks a lot. Moving
Thank you.
further, we have brought something amazing, something special, and something unique for you. Scouts are associated with adventure since the beginning. Baden Powell held adventure by conducting an experimental camp at the Brownsea Island in the year 1907. So we will take you to a virtual tour of the first experimental camp held in 1907 at Brownsea Island. Isn't that really amazing? Just saw some original photos from the year 1907 of the first experimental camp held at Brownsea Island, and which was a benchmark in scouting history. अब हम आगे बढ़ेंगे अपने अगले आयाम की ओर और समय है आज का एडवेंचर का। आज के एडवेंचर में आज हमारे अतिथि हैं श्री रोहित अश्व बिस्सा जी, डायरेक्टर ऑफ द नेशनल एडवेंचर फाउंडेशन राजस्थान चैप्टर। मिस्टर रोहित अश्व बिस्सा ने बहुत से रिकॉर्ड कायम किए हैं और कुछ रिकॉर्ड इन्होंने 1 साल और 4 साल की उम्र में भी बनाए हैं। इनका बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण रिकॉर्ड रहा है जो इन्होंने 17 साल की उम्र में बनाया जब ये यंगेस्ट हॉट एयर बलून पायलट रहे। गुड मॉर्निंग सर एंड ग्रेट वेलकम टू यू।
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for calling me to this platform. I'm so glad कि हम इतने एक्टिव हैं इस लॉकडाउन के बाद में।
थैंक यू सो मच सर। और अब हम एक आपको छोटी सी झलक दिखाना चाहेंगे फ्रॉम लाइफ जर्नी ऑफ मिस्टर रोहित अश्व बिस्सा।
Wow, it is just inspiring journey. So we would like to ask some questions to you. So we came to know that all of your family members are associated with adventure. We will be glad to know about your family and your school days.
Yes, I belong from an adventure family which does an adventure in day routine, whether it's from a family holiday or a birthday celebration or a marriage function. My father was a famous mountaineer, and I think you are aware with my dad, his late Sri Magan Bista. He started his journey in the field of mountaineering back in 1970s and was doing adventure till his last breath till Feb 2020. My mom, she's a doctorate in music, but she switched her profession from music to mountaineering after her marriage. She did many mountaineering expeditions and also she's the Lonely Lady Parasailing Controller till date and have many records in her name. You can say both my parents were renowned mountaineers. You can imagine the level of adventure by few events of my life childhood days. When I was 9 months old, my father started taking me to the trekking program in a baby carrier. I was just 9 months old. And till the time I was just 12 months old, we had trekked all along from Dayara to Tapovan. I did my first parasailing when I was just 1 year old, as you just mentioned also, and did my first paragliding takeoff when I was just 4 years old. And by the time I was just sweet 16, I was piloting hot air balloons.
Thank you, sir, for your glorious words. And here comes next. Sir, we would like to know about your contribution in organizing various adventure programs in sensitive and tough regions and the challenges you faced there.
I used to work with my family to promote adventure among those who don't even know the meaning of adventure, don't even have money for proper meal or for special labeled kids. We used to find happiness in organizing the adventure program for these poor villagers in remotest location in Tamil Nadu or for blind kids in the region of Mangalore or orphan kids from the villages of the Bikaner. From 2016 onwards, I started working with the India's famous organization, the Outdoor School, which makes the most of the climbing walls in India. the artificial climbing wall. So whether it's in the remotest location of Bengal, Arunachal, or near POK or China border, to the to the high-end walls for superstars, TV stars, and billionaires. So, like you can say, we have covered almost all regions of India doing adventure.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. And will Scouts and Guides have more benefits in adventure activities? What are the scope and opportunities?
Yes, when you include adventure in routine, that means you are going for more physically active, and you are talking about like youth for scouts and guides. They will earn experience. The more importantly, they will unplug from technology. Like everyone is busy with the phones and laptop nowadays. So they will unplug from technology. They will conquer fear. They will try new things. They will like they will become more concentrated and more productive in their work. It will also help in exploring career, developing lifelong skills, and also making them more independent.
डेफिनेटली सर। सर, आगे हम आपसे जानना चाहेंगे कि आप इतने सारी साहसिक गतिविधियों का हिस्सा रह चुके हैं, तो ऐसी कोई साहसिक गतिविधि जो आपको सबसे ज्यादा रोमांचित करती हो, प्लीज हमें उसके बारे में बताइए।
एडवेंचर का मतलब ही एक थ्रिल है। एंड अगर आप सबसे ज्यादा रोमांचक एक्टिविटी के बारे में बात करें तो जैसे ट्रेल रनिंग, हम लोग दयारा पास क्रॉस करने गए थे, तो वहां पे हमने अराउंड 2 किलोमीटर का ट्रेल रनिंग करा था। तो वो आप थ्रिलिंग कह सकते हैं, नहीं तो फिर बंजी जंपिंग जो सबसे ज्यादा थ्रिलिंग था।
बिल्कुल सर। आगे हम आपसे जानना चाहेंगे कि आपका अभी तक के सफर में कोई ऐसा महत्वपूर्ण, यादगार और अविस्मरणीय पल जो आप हमारे साथ साझा करना चाहें, ताकि जो हमारे यंग माइंड्स है वो प्रेरित हो सके।
बेस्ट मेमोरीज अगर की बात करें तो आप देखो, वैसे एडवेंचर में हर एक चीज एक मेमोरेबल पार्ट होता है। वेदर आप गाड़ी का स्टेपनी चेंज कर रहे हो या आप माउंट एवरेस्ट क्लाइम कर रहे हो, अगर आप एडवेंचर से जुड़े हुए तो हर चीज मेमोरेबल रहता है आपका। अगर सबसे ज्यादा मेमोरेबल बात बोलेंगे तो एक इंस्टेंस है 2015 का। मेरे फादर ने कहा था तुम्हें एजुकेशन पे ज्यादा ध्यान देना है, बट एडवेंचर से थोड़ा सा आइसोलेट हो और अपने पढ़ाई पे ध्यान दो। तो 2015 में मेरा कॉलेज खत्म हुआ था। मैंने इंजीनियरिंग किया जब, तो अचानक से किसी सीनियर का मेरे पास कॉल आया उस दिन कि वो लद्दाख जाना चाहता है और उनको गाइड करें कि कैसे जाते हैं। और उन्होंने काफी उम्मीद से मेरे को कॉल किया था, बट मेरे को खुद को कोई आइडिया नहीं था क्योंकि मैं कभी लद्दाख गया नहीं था, टू बी फ्रैंक। तो अब मैं उनको ऐसे फोन पे मना करके नाराज नहीं करना चाहता था। तो मैंने कहा कि आप थोड़ी देर वेट करिए और मैं आपको वापस से कॉल करता हूँ। मैंने फोन कट किया। अब मैं फटाफट गूगल पे सर्च करने लगा कि हाउ टू गो टू लद्दाख और कैसे कैसे जाया जाता है, क्या क्या डिफिकल्टीज फेस करनी पड़ती हैं। तभी सडनली मेरे पापा के कुछ स्टूडेंट्स जो हमेशा लद्दाख जाया करते थे हर साल, उनसे कांटेक्ट हुआ एंड उन्होंने कहा कि हम लोग शाम को ही लद्दाख जा रहे हैं। तो मैंने कहा ठीक है, मैं ज्वाइन कर सकता हूँ आपको? तो कहा हाँ, तुम्हारे पास बाइक है तो तू ज्वाइन कर सकता है। मैंने अपना बाइक तैयार करा। मैं रात को 11-12 बजे तक मैं गाड़ी का सर्विस करा रहा था। सुबह 5 बजे मैं रवाना होना था। मैंने सामान जो भी मैगी के पैकेट्स और जो भी मेरे को मिला, टेंट और सब मैंने पैक किया और सुबह हम लोग निकल गए 5 बजे। हम बीकानेर से 5 लोग थे जो लद्दाख जाने वाले थे। एंड मिडवे तक ऐसा हुआ कि लैंडस्लाइड और होने के बाद में काफी लोग डर गए थे, तो हम आखिरी में सिर्फ 2 जने बचे थे। और हमने घर पे किसी को नहीं बताया कि हम लोग सिर्फ 2 जने जा रहे हैं, नहीं तो वो वापस हमें बुला लेते। हम लोग ऑल द वे श्रीनगर से होते हुए लद्दाख तक पहुंचे एंड देन मनाली से होते हुए वापस बीकानेर तक आए। इट वाज अराउंड 3800 किलोमीटर और हमने ये सब कुछ सिर्फ 9 दिन के अंदर कवर करा। हम किसी भी होटल में नहीं रुके, हमने कोई भी रेस्टोरेंट में नहीं रुके। हम अपना मैगी बनाते, अपनी टेंट जहाँ पे हमें नींद आती वहां पे हम अपना टेंट लगाते, सो जाते। जैसे नींद खुलती वापस ट्रैकिंग करना चालू करते। तो लाइक माउंटेन्स में अगर उस समय तो इतने अच्छे रोड भी नहीं थे, तो उस समय अराउंड 100 और 150 किलोमीटर पर डे आप ड्राइव कर सकते थे। तो हम लोगों ने 9 दिन में 3800 किलोमीटर ड्राइव करा, मतलब अराउंड 450 किलोमीटर पर डे। तो एक ये थोड़ा सा एडवेंचरस था हमारे लिए। एंड क्योंकि टारगेट था कि जब तक वो जिस सीनियर ने मेरे को पूछा, उनसे पहले मैं वापस बीकानेर पहुंच के उनको पूरा बताऊं कि कैसे करते हैं एडवेंचर में, लद्दाख में एडवेंचर। तो हम 9 दिन के अंदर वापस बीकानेर पहुंचे और मैंने उनको इतना डिटेल में सारी डिटेल उनको बताया कि कैसे जाते हैं, कैसे नहीं जाते हैं। तो जब वो लोग लद्दाख जाके आए तो उन्होंने कहा कि यार आपने इतना बारीकी से चीजें क्यों बताया? तो वो तो मैं जानता था कि कैसे बताया।
Amazing, sir. Amazing. Our viewers are definitely delighted by your answer. Further, we will see some thrilling glimpses about Mr. Rohit Ashwabitsa.
Okay, Rohitas, where are you right now? What's happening?
Finally, I'm on one of the world's highest bungee. It's one of my bucket list thing. A bit nervous and more excited. Let's see.
It's just thrilling. We are getting goosebumps by seeing these clips. In this occasion, I would like to share one of the quotes said by Thornton Wilder. We can only be said to be alive in those moments when our hearts are conscious of our treasures. Sir, we are very thankful to you for your spending your precious time with us, and our organization is honored to have you with us, and your thoughtfulness will be always remembered by everyone. Thank you, sir. And
Thank
now
you so much.
thank you, sir. And now we are towards the end of the fest. I would like to request Joint Director in charge Administrative Officer Amarji Chetri for his closing remarks.
Yeah, good morning to all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
The respected Brigadier Ashok Aveji, President, Indian Mountaineering Federation, respected Sri Rohit Ashwabitsa, the Director of National Adventure Foundation, Rajasthan Chapter, respected Sri Rajkumar Kaushikji, the Director, Bharat Scouts and Guides, all the officials of the Bharat Scouts and Guides National Association, and all our young people viewing the Adventure Fest in the live YouTube channel of the Bharat Scouts and Guides. We are really fortunate this morning to have two stalwarts of adventure in our show this morning with the President Indian Mountaineering Federation and the Director National Adventure Foundation Rajasthan chapter. On behalf of the Bharat Scouts and Guides, the Director BSG is already thanked, but still I take this privilege to thank on behalf of the Director as well as all the professionals of the Bharat Scouts and Guides and National Headquarters. Rohit ji, you really inspire us with sharing your expertise and the field of adventure. As our Director sir has already informed, that the Bharat Scout and Guide is inculcating the adventure in the mind of the young people from the age of 12 years and above. Bharat Scout and Guides not only undertake adventure program, but we also train our young people towards disaster preparedness as well as management in case of need to the community. And we are always prepared, and our motto is be prepared. I would like to advise the honorable guests that during the disaster in 2015 at Nepal, Bharat Scout and Guide is the first organization from India to support the earthquake victims of Nepal. And we were highly appreciated by the government of India as well as the government of Nepal. During 2013 tragedy of Uttarakhand, as everybody knows, Bharat Scout and Guides was organizing two national trekking, one in Gangotri and one in Badrinath. And during that period, there was a tragedy. As brigadiers are already told, adventure is in the hand of Mother Nature. And during that period, our young people really have shown their caliber, shown their capacity towards rescue and rehabilitation work during this disaster. I would like to inform Rohit Vishwaji that after this pandemic, by 2021 December, the Bharat Scout and Guide is having a very big event in Rajasthan, and the government of Rajasthan is still earmarking the venue. We call it Jamboree, National Jamboree. And in National Jamboree of the Scouts and Guides, about 30,000 young people are camping together for a week, and we call it a mini India. And that will take place somewhere in Jaipur or Jodhpur by December 2021. And adventure will be one of the attraction program of the National Jamboree, where the international participants are also taking part. And definitely we will seek your support to establish adventure bases during our forthcoming 18th National Jamboree. And on behalf of the Bharat Scouts and Guides, we are really thankful to both the stalwarts of the adventure, and we definitely need your support to promote adventure among the young people of the country. Thank you very much for sparing your valuable time this morning and sharing your experience with the youth of the Bharat Scouts and Guides. And I'm sure your presence this morning has boosted the morale of our young people and really inspired all of us to take further steps in adventure. And definitely the Bharat Scouts and Guides will seek time to time guidance and support from your expertise. Thank you all. Jai Hind, Jai Scouting.
थैंक यू सो मच सर। और जैसा कि हमने आप सबसे वादा किया था कि हम आपसे मिलने आएंगे और हमने अपना वादा पूरा किया, उसी तरह आप भी हमसे वादा कीजिए कि आप भी हमारे साथ इसी तरह बने रहेंगे अगले संडे, क्योंकि अगले संडे हमारे साथ रहेंगी मिताली प्रसाद, who is a mountaineer and she'll tell us more about mountaineering, और साथ ही हमारे साथ रहेंगे इंटरनेशनल पार्टिसिपेंट्स ऑफ एडवेंचर प्रोग्राम। सो स्टे ट्यून्ड। चलिए, अब समय आ चुका है आपसे विदा लेने का। आई वुड लाइक टू थैंक्स आवर गेस्ट, ऑफिशियल्स, पैनलिस्ट, अटेंडीज, पार्टिसिपेंट्स एंड ऑल द व्यूअर्स फॉर दिस। अब हम आपसे मिलेंगे अगले संडे इसी समय इसी जगह एक नए जोश के साथ। एंड टिल देन, हैप्पी स्काउटिंग।